presentation of WGN Sports.
Gorgeous day here at Wrigley Field as the Cubs wrap up the first half. They'll head into the All-Star break, hopefully at the 500 mark, but they'll need a win today to do that and to take 2 of 3 in this series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Welcome to Cubs baseball here on WGN along with Jim DeShays. I'm Len Casper. It's good to have Kyle Schwarber back. And last night we saw the Kyle Schwarber of old.
Yeah, Kyle obviously had his struggles before being sent back to AAA. In this series, got a breaking ball from LeBlanc. The finesse left-hander ripped it into the right field corner. We know about the power, the extra base hits. But the thing he's been working so hard on is this, the ability to hit the ball the other way. That's where you're going to see a spike in batting average. It's not like off-field hits are any better than pulled hits, but the approach will really pay off. And then more positive feedback as he hits the home run to straightaway center field.
Now, Cubs hit back-to-back homers last night, Hap, and Schwarber unfortunately fell short in a 4-2 loss. They'll hand the ball to John Lester today, and for the Pirates, a late scratch. So right-hander Chad Kuhl will get the late call.
Yeah, a lot of times in the final day before the All-Star break, it's all hands on deck, and you might see a starter late in the game. But in this instance, Jamison Tyone scratched due to the flu. Chad Kuhl make the start. He pitched just a couple of days ago, so he probably will not be out there very long. Lifetime against the Cubs. He's 0-3 with an ERA approaching 16. And you see John Lester struggled here last time out against Tampa, but overall, great work here at Wrigley Field.
Cubs 4.5 off the pace in the division behind the Brewers, who are in New York today. And when we come back, we'll preview the second half, which will start with yet another road trip. The left-handed ace on the mound today as the Cubs host the Pirates. We'll have Cubs baseball coming up next. Cubs baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, proudly brewed across America. This Bud's for you. Honda, great deals are waiting for you now at your local Honda dealer. State Farm, here to help protect the things you've worked really hard for with home and auto insurance. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Ford, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Wendy's, choose a junior bacon cheeseburger or crispy chicken BLT in the 4 for $4 at participating locations for a limited time. First Midwest Bank, connect with a momentum maker today. Your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer. And by Southwest Airlines, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Well, a 12-10 start here at Wrigley Field, so a head start on the All-Star break. Wade Davis and the Cubs coaching staff will head down to Miami, and when we resume at Baltimore, at Atlanta, another road trip. And the good news is the Cubs have been good against the division, and they'll see them half the remaining games.
Yeah, this club obviously has a lot of issues they have to straighten out. We'll take a look at the post-All-Star break schedule. Just as many home as on the road. They've struggled quite a bit on the road this year. Need to get that turned around. Got a very good stretch here, July 21st through August 6th. 16 consecutive games, either here on the south side against the Sox or in Milwaukee. Last year they had a similar stretch of 19 games. They went 13-6 in those ball games. A lot of work within the division remaining. That's a good thing. But 10 of the final 13 will be on the road.
So we will have the final game of the first half coming up as the Cubs try to even up this season's series against the Pirates. Cubs baseball on WGN. First pitch right around the corner. And you see the updated NL Central standings. The Brewers lost on a Clint Frazier 3-run homer yesterday, but the Cubs could not take advantage. Cardinals 5.5, Pirates 7, Reds 9.5 games out. So the Brewers today trying to grab their 50th win before the break.
Brewers obviously a big surprise, one of the biggest surprises in all of baseball this year. Good looking lineup. Their pitching has held up. A big question for a lot of the clubs in the division. Maybe not a lot, but a couple at least. Buy, sell, or hold. And I figure the Reds are going to be looking to upgrade their organization by moving some veterans. The Pirates are kind of in a little bit of a gray area, aren't they? Because they still have to feel like they're in the hunt, but they'll probably also be willing to listen.
It'll be Jimmy Nelson and Masahiro Tanaka at Yankee Stadium today. And yesterday the Cubs named their minor league pitcher and player of the month for June. And it's interesting, Victor Caratini, since coming to the big leagues, has been honored several different times. Pacific Coast League All-Star, He would have been in the Futures game in Miami today had he not been here, and named the June Player of the Month in the Cubs minor league system. And the Cubs are very high on right-hander Thomas Hatch. Warming up a little bit. I wouldn't say it was cool last night, but it was blowing in. A little more mild, but it's back to summer-like conditions.
Yeah, it was gorgeous last night. As good a night as you're going to have at the ballpark. Although, you know, hot, humidity starting to creep up as the day moves along here. But right now, the wind, not much of a factor at all. Typically on a day like today, you'd see those flags rippling out a little bit. I think there may be a little favorable wind towards left field as we move along. But right now, fairly neutral.
A lot of young Cub fans greeting their heroes as they take their defensive positions, which is always a nice touch for these Sunday home games. John Lester, his second start of the homestand, hoping it goes better than his last time out against the Tampa Bay Rays. And let's check in on the Pirates lineup he will face today. Josh Harrison will head to Miami. He is the Pirates all-star rep. Francisco Cervelli is going to hit second against the southpaw. Andrew McCutchen probably doesn't need an all-star break. He is red hot. Freese will clean up at third. Josh Bell, 16 home runs, tied for second among National League rookies. Osuna is in right. He had 3 outfield assists on Thursday in Philadelphia. Mercer, the shortstop. Max Moroff in for the slumping Adam Frazier. And Chad Kuhl, as we mentioned, getting the start for Jameson Taillon. Not quite sure how many pitches Kuhl has in him today, considering he went 7 innings just a few days ago.
Check in with the Cubs defensively. You'll find Kyle Schwarber in left field, John Jason center, Jason Hayward patrols right, Bryant Russell, Hap Rizzo on the infield, Wilson Contreras behind the plate this afternoon. And our Blue Cross starting pitcher is John Lester. Choose Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, the card to carry through it all. Big John making his 19th start, 5 up, 5 down, 394. That got hit pretty hard last time out by Tampa. That interrupted a very nice run. He had a lot of 4 really good starts prior to that one. He is lifetime 4-4 with a 286 against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And a day after his 30th birthday, Josh Harrison back in the lineup and takes a borderline strike from Adrian Johnson. Houston, Texas native, 9-year Major League veteran. Cooper, Cedarstrom, and Morales around the bases. And a base hit to start it. So Harrison aboard.
Harrison just 2 out of his last 26 prior to that swing of the bat. He's a threat to run. He's stolen 10 bases in 14 tries.
Your game time conditions are brought to you by Fox Ford. Fox Ford, your downtown Chicago dealer. Check us out at foxfordchicago.com. 85 degrees. South wind, but I'm going to call it a little variable. Right now it's doing very little. And some wispy clouds in the area, but all in all, a gorgeous day. Big lead by Harrison. Not running, and Cervelli takes inside for ball 1.
Yeah, I think Clint Hurdle might be inclined to play a little hit and run with these guys at the top of his order here today. I'm sure as he contemplated this game, he thought, I got to find RBI opportunities for McCutchen and Freese. Those are the 2 guys that have been really good against left-handed pitching.
That is a strike.
Cervelli just 216 against southpaws this year. Lester and Contreras have proven to be a very difficult tandem to run on, and that's why I'm thinking maybe more of a hit and run. There's the Lido meter on Harrison's feet.
1-2. Mike Montgomery, if needed, is available out of the bullpen today. We expect the Pirates to use a lot of their bullpen. Middlemen love to turn 2 here. 2-2. Boy, I like our fans did not assume that this would just be a 121st pitch. Make sure they looked at that schedule. Saw 12:10, which is a unique Sunday start time here at the ballpark, but
it's a game of adjustments.
It is. It looks like we've got a full house. Tough play, Bryant. He'll throw, and he got him. He made a very difficult play look pretty easy. He had some time with Cervelli running, and that's the first out.
Let's get a good look at it here. On the balls of his feet, ready to react, and the big man in motion. Gets a little help from Rizzo on the other end. Nice play.
So Harrison advances to second, and it will bring up McCutchen. 4 for 8 in the series. At .411 in June, he's batting .414 in July.
.440 over his last 6 ball games, 11 out of 25. .339 batting average, .453 on base against left-handed pitching. This particular left-hander, however, Mr. Lester has held him to a .207 batting average. We've seen a bunch of each other. 6 out of 29 for McCutchen against John.
Swing and a miss. Time for our Ryan Kelly home field facts. Ryan Kelly, the homeloanexpert.com. How about John Jay on that list? We know Ryan Braun loves hitting here. But the new Cubs, 306 here at Wrigley. Curveball misses low and inside. So John lost his last start. The Cubs had won his previous 4. And he had to work hard, man. 116 pitches in just 5 innings.
Yeah, 9 hits allowed, second most he's given up in a game this year. Pirates got him for 10 hits in his start against them in Pittsburgh back on April 26. This is his 3rd go-around with the Pirates this year. Both previous starts coming back in April. One dandy, in which he allowed 3 hits, no runs in 7 innings. And then the next one, the one I referenced a moment ago, 5 2/3, 10 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned.
A 3-1 to McCutchen, and it's laced fair into the corner in left. Another first inning run. That's 71 on the year. The Cubs staff all of last year gave up 71, and it's 1-0 Pirates.
Perhaps that ball would twist foul. Obviously it did not. Gabe Morales, the third base umpire, got a great look at it. And we're hearing some consternation from the fans.
That's
Ooh,
foul.
that's a foul ball.
I'm going foul.
Yeah, I'm going foul too. It's fine. McCutchen took a long look at it too, and he kind of wobbly going around first base. McCutchen making his way back towards the Pirate dugout, bat in hand. John McEnroe would be livid.
Yeah, now the dirt splashes, so you're going to have a mark that looks like it nuzzles that painted line, but it clearly hit the dirt, according to that look, in foul territory.
McCutchen's assuming foul away. He's breaking it down. staring it down.
Yep. So it is a foul ball, and we'll take the run off the board for now. So in this new era of replay, you can unscore. Goes from 1-0 to 0-0. Full count on McCutchen.
Yeah, you got to keep either keep scoring a pencil or have some whiteout handy for your score sheet.
And he walked him, which is not ideal, but a better result than an RBI double. Here's Freeze.
Yeah, and the way McCutchen's swinging the bat here lately, obviously you're going to be very careful with him, especially in run scoring situations. You don't want to be too tentative this early in the ball game, but start fresh, and you're starting fresh with a guy who hits the ball on the ground a lot. 5th highest ground ball rate in the National League.
Freeze did not play on Friday. 0 for 3, hit by a pitch last night. He's got 2 3-hit games this year. One was here at Wrigley Field back in mid-April.
He's at his best when he's trying to shoot the ball the other way. A lot of times you get the fastball in on the hands, you'll get that rollover ground ball on the left side of the infield.
First pitch strike on Freeze. Talking with Joe a little bit about the All-Star game before the game today. He's got some ideas about his lineup, and a lot of it comes down to the depth at each different position. Are you familiar with the re-entry rule? One catcher and one other position player can re-enter the All-Star game due to an injury. So Josh Harrison might be that position player who gets into the game, and Joe will keep at his side in case he's needed later. There's the ground ball, and it gets away from Bryant, and everybody's safe. An error on Bryant, and the bases are loaded.
Yeah, Chris has had some issues defensively here of late. This time he's just in a hurry. He wants 2 outs for sure, so he's trying to catch his ball on the move towards third base. He's thinking step on the bag, throw across the diamond, get out of dodge. But in his haste, he doesn't catch the baseball. Got caught a little bit in between, too. Know whether to charge or lay back.
So trouble. And it's Josh Bell. Right around this time last year, he had quite a debut weekend in Pittsburgh against the Cubs. Pinch hit single in his first career plate appearance off Jake Arrieta. The next night, a pinch hit grand slam off Adam Warren. And then the next day, a pinch hit walk and a run against John Lackey.
The grand slam 1 year ago today.
Switch hitter batting from the right side, and it's a ball and a strike. He had 3 hits, including 2 doubles in the game last night. Half his hits so far, 35, have gone for extra bases.
Far better from the left side of the batter's box.
1-2.
Batting .203 as a right-handed hitter.
Nowhere to put him. Single, walk, and an error have loaded the bases here for the Pirates in the first.
Put him in the dugout.
It's true. And a base hit to right. Harrison will score, so they do get that run anyway. And it's 1-0. And still only 1 out. This is something you would like to see change for sure after the break. There's all these first inning runs. Jose Osuna's playing right. He's in for Polanco.
Yeah, that's one of those problems that's easy to identify, but very difficult to figure out a fix to, right?
Right.
It's kind of a random thing. You're giving up all these first inning runs. You've got guys who don't necessarily have a track record of allowing that. So it's not like there's any consistent pattern to their routine throughout their career that leads you to believe it's an issue. But it's happening a lot this year.
Two and 0 on Osuna. Looks like they're going to try again toward the outside. And the ball ends up over the middle, but they get the desired result. 2-1.
Too many innings like this, it'll be a short day too in this heat.
John has the sign. 2-1. Hit in the air to left. Schwarber will not be able to get it. At least two will score. It's 3-0. McCutchen and Freese are in. It's a double for Osuna. And the Pirates still with just one out and two more in scoring position.
Those flags that we showed hanging limply just before the first pitch are no longer the case. And that ball really fooled Schwarber, fooled me. It carried a lot better. I don't think Osuna hit it all that well. Maybe he did, but I thought he got it out towards the end of the bat. Appeared to be off the bat, kind of a lazy fly ball, but it just kept carrying and carrying. One hops the wall.
Jordy Mercer, the shortstop, batting seventh. Bell now at third. Osuna is at second. Infield back.
This is huge for the Pirates. They had to scratch their starting pitcher moments before the game. So it's going to be scramble mode for Hurdle as he tries to work his way through this ball game. But now he's going to enter the bottom of the first with at least a 3-run lead.
2-0 to Mercer. 30-year-old shortstop. 6th year in the big leagues. Here's the pitch. It's a strike. One hit in the series, a double. He's walked twice, knocked in a run. And he's in an RBI situation here.
Pretty good extended run for Mercer. 320 batting average since May 22nd. 42 ball games, a pretty good work by the Pirate shortstop.
Ground ball and a base hit. Bell is in. They're going to try to score Osuna, and he is safe. Mercer will head to second as the ball trickled away from Contreras. It's 5-0.
Mulligan, please. Throw is high and offline. Contreras trying to catch and make a sweep tag, doesn't get the ball. John a little late reacting, and Mercer, who probably should have been on second base already, finally does decide to go.
Giving Contreras an error, allowing Mercer to advance. th pitch of the first inning. This is on switch hitting Max Moroff. And remember, the out in this inning was that nice play by Bryant on the barehanded pick to get Cervelli. Chad Kuhl is on deck. He probably figured when he got up this morning that he was just going to kick his feet up and root on his teammates. Instead, he gets an emergency start. And he's got a 5-0 lead.
And now he's
thinking, I got to go 5 innings.
Through 5 innings, yeah.
I cannot imagine he would.
No, I wouldn't think.
The 3-0 has bounced foul, so Moroff got the green light.
And Moroff hasn't done a lot at the big league level, hasn't been here very long, but he had very good numbers down at AAA. He was hitting for power.
And ball 4. Cool in a bunting spot here.
Now 0 for 22 so far this year for Kuhl.
Shows early and takes high. Throw to second is just a little late. Contreras is down in a heap.
Catcher always vulnerable in that situation. Bunt, elevated pitch, coming up out of the crouch. And then the throwing hand. Cora, the third base coach for the Pirates, a little chat with Chad Kuhl. If he decides to pull it back and take a whack at it here. Oh.
Two balls and a strike on Kuhl. Showing early yet again. Here it is. There's the bunt. And Rizzo will fire to first. Successful sacrifice for Kuhl, and Harrison will bat for the second time here in the opening inning. Four hits, 2 walks, and an error. And 5-0 Pirate lead. Harrison started the game with a single and takes ball 1. 2 errors. Yeah, the error by Bryant and then Contreras. Run first ties a career high for John. He allowed 5 in an inning to start a game twice against the Blue Jays. Both times with the Red Sox. And he's a strike thrower, as we know, but he's been down 2-0 to many hitters.
Hey, you start to give it up a little bit. You don't want to throw the ball over the plate for fear of the outcome. That's always the challenge when giving up a crooked number early. You get knocked back on your heels a little bit.
3-1. He's over 40 pitches for the inning. All 4. Here comes Chris Bosio.
Nothing cooking in the Cub bullpen yet, I would think. Jump up there and start to toss.
What can a pitching coach say here?
I think it's
make
just trying
John
to
feel better.
Just trying to be a cheerleader, basically. Look, man, we got a lot of baseball to play here this afternoon. Things aren't going your way, but reset, regroup, and maybe we can find a way. Try to clear your mind of what's gone on prior to this.
Well, Mike Montgomery, as we mentioned, is available today, and an early call to get loose. Cervelli with the bases full. Takes ball 1.
What happens is your brain gets in the way of your body right now. You're trained to throw the ball to a certain spot, but your brain's just saying, don't throw it there. Bad things are happening.
Popped up, and it'll get back out of play.
You just see there's a certain amount of resignation in the body language from John right now. Use the analogy a lot of a fighter. He needs to get to his corner, needs to get this round over with. And
well, I don't remember an inning he's thrown this many pitches as a Cub. There's a good curve. 1-2 on Cervelli. Well, when a guy like Lester's cruising along, some early outs, 7-pitch, 1-2-3 innings, and then you have an inning like this, it feels like the analogy of a hitter who feels like he'll never get another hit. Getting an out is so difficult. Another 1-2. Miss the outside. 2-2.
yeah, and you hear the adage a lot about hitting being contagious, and I'm not so sure of that. I think what happens is when pitcher starts to get hit, he's making a series of bad pitches, so it's not so much great hitting. It's just you give up some hard contact, you start to nibble, you get behind in the count. Gets in a couple of walks.
Cervelli has something in his eye. And he'll dig back in.
Perhaps a gleam.
And the 2-2. Outside full. 3-2.
There's a little walk off there, maybe trying to influence Adrian Johnson. More likely just wants this mess to be over with.
Runners take off. 3-2, and we'll try it again. 50 pitch first inning. Fly ball to left. It's deep and it is gone. That's a grand slam. Francisco Cervelli makes it 9-0. Wow.
Cervelli with his 4th home run of the year. He's more of a singles and doubles guy. I think 2 of those 4 home runs have come against the Cubs now, and they had a big hill to climb, and it has just gotten a lot higher. I think Joe's giving John one more hitter here, hopefully hoping he can end the inning so he doesn't have to hear the Boo Birds leaving in a mid-inning change.
McCutchen high in the air, left center, still carrying, and it is gone. It's 10-0.
He's got to go get him.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Hoping to end the first half on a hopeful note, and obviously anything but. And Joe's on his way out. Just an awfully rough day here for John Lester, and I hope the fans do not respond in a negative way. I mean, it's obviously an ugly outing. This guy's done so much good work here.
So we'll have a change. It'll be Montgomery for Lester here in the first. We'll be back. After the Pirates put up 10 off the starter Lester.
Yeah, Jameson Tylen thought he had it bad when he was scratched due to the flu. I imagine John wished that were he that had suffered a little illness here today. Just 4 of the 10 runs allowed by John earned. They all count on the board, and it's 10-zip Pirates.
Seeing conflicting reports on the earned runs.
I just heard what they announced here.
They said 4?
Yeah.
I go with what you heard. Okay. 2-1 on Freeze.
Could reconstruct the inning, but frankly, I don't want to go there again.
Three and one.
Looking over at Don Frisco, the official score, and he just turned his pencil to eraser mode, so maybe he is going to make a change. So he's over there doing that very thing, trying to reconstruct.
Three-two on the Freeze, and ball four. Now, this is 13 batters. This will be number 14.
How many times this year have we thought, well, this game is rock bottom for the, now the big bounce is coming. They're going to.
Strike to Bell on the outside corner. And the Brewers have an early lead in New York, 4-0 in the top of the second. One and one. Talked the other day in that Brewer blowout win here about the unwritten rules. This is, the Cubs haven't even batted yet. Base hit. So if you're the Pirates, they're not calling off the dogs.
No,
but you're up 10 runs.
Yeah. If you're looking for a silver lining, Chad Kuhl hasn't thrown a warm-up pitch in about 40 minutes.
So Bell 2 for 2 here in the first. Ozuna with a 2-run double. No bat with 2 on. So Montgomery comes in. He walked Freeze. Bell with the hit. And now ball 1 on Ozuna. I don't know how many first pitch strikes we've seen here in the first, but I'm guessing it's about 3 or 4. Feels like the Pirates have been batting on 2-0 counts all day. John Jay will make the catch on the warning track to finally end the inning. So the Pirates score 10. The Cubs are coming up when we come back. lineup, Jay, Bryant, and Rizzo at the top. Happ, Schwarber, Contreras in the middle. Hayward, Russell, Lester was in the lineup, but Mike Montgomery now doing the pitching.
Here are the Pirates defensively. Harrison, McCutchen, Osuna. Left, center, right. Freeze, Mercer, Moroff, Bell on the infield. Cervelli behind the plate. And the pitcher is right-hander Chad Kuhl. 24 years of age, second year at the big leagues. 17 starts so far this year, 3-6. With a 5.03 ERA. Got a good heater, mid-90s. Slider, changeup, and a curveball.
Yes, they have Kuhl and Freeze in the same lineup today. John Jay will start it.
His Twitter handle is Cool Whip. Or something to that effect.
Freeze will play in on the grass at third, and the pitch is inside for ball one. John Jay with a scoreless ninth on Thursday against Milwaukee in his pitching debut.
Cool can't find the zone.
4 for 8 on the homestand with a big home run against Tampa Bay on Wednesday.
You never know how a pitcher's going to respond to this emergency start situation. A lot of guys, it completely freaks them out because they're out of their routine. Other guys, they benefit from being out of the routine.
2-2.
Sometimes as a starting pitcher, there's a tendency to maybe dwell a little bit too much on that start, get a little locked up mentally, and show up at the ballpark and half an hour or so before first pitch, you say, hey, you're the pitcher today, and you just have to go into get ready mode. 9th round pick, 2013, out of the University of Delaware.
And he strikes out John Jay.
A little baby right there. Maybe someday, years from now, she'll be able to say, I was there at that game. The Cubs gave up 10 in the first and came back to win 15-11.
Chris Bryant, huge day on Friday. 4 for 5, a triple, 2 homers. 45 career games against the Pirates, 10 home runs and a .377 batting average.
This is where you really got to turn up the intensity mentally, right? Last day of the first half, everybody's got their all-star break plans made.
Yep, bags packed.
Yeah, when you're down 10-0 early, it'd be easy to just mail it in. Can't do that though.
Two-homer day in the opener. This is the homer he hit when he needed a double for the cycle. He takes the walk. Bring up Anthony Rizzo. Send out birthday wishes to Chris Jansen here with his family, enjoying a Sunday afternoon at Wrigley Field.
That's the other part of it too. You got to keep the energy up in the dugout.
Man on, 1 out, and the pitch to Rizzo is outside for a ball. Hey, good luck to the Edgebrook Sauganash 11-year-old Thunder Little League team, as they're engineering quite a playoff run under Coach Mark O'Donnell. They had to win 4 games starting at 8 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and they won all 4. So they lost the first game of a double elimination playoff. and then won 4
Wow.
games in one day.
Good work. Double snow cones for you guys.
Strike. My buddy Jim Tianis, his son Alex, is 11, plays on the team. After the final out of the 4th game, he grabbed the game ball to give it to his coach. And told his dad it was kind of like Rizzo giving the World Series ball to Tom Ricketts. Now, how cool is that?
Yeah, that's. I wonder if he put it in his back pocket.
One and 2 on Anthony. Ian Happ is on deck, playing second base today. Fly ball in the left. Easy play, Harrison. He's got his sunglasses on.
Start number 18 for Cool. He made 14 starts last year for the Pirates, his debut season. He was 5-4 with a .420. Inconsistent, as you would expect for a young pitcher, but obviously a good arm.
Also, you know, this is kind of your bullpen day. If you're Ray Searage and Clint Hurdle, what are you thinking here, pitch count wise?
Well, if he's, you know, should be relatively stress free, I would think 45, 50 pitches. I think in a bygone era, they would just say, well, as much as you got. Just go out there until you're out of gas.
This was 3 days ago, 95 pitches as he beat the Phillies. So
I'd be a little concerned if I read some of the counts he's working here with his 10-0 lead.
Bell will now play behind Bryant. They will take off on this 3-2 pitch to Happ. Happ 50 games into his big league career. 13 home runs. Another 3-2 called strike 3. So Cool does work a lot of deep counts, but does not give up a run. 10-0 Bucks after an inning.
I guess you probably don't. But if you do, log on to WGNTV.com, click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner, connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and information while you watch. At home, Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape, pools, patio furniture, hot tubs, and more. Everything you need to have more fun at home this summer.
Mike Montgomery in the relief of John Lester. Mercer, a two-run single in the first. And takes a strike.
Joe Madden in his pregame presser was asked about bright spots first half of the season. He singled out the bullpen, Ian Happ, and Mike Montgomery. Really impressed with the work Montgomery has done since moving into the rotation. He was really good in the bullpen prior to that. He struggled in his last start, but for the most part, he's been a very nice addition to the rotation.
Saw that note. 10-run first in 1989, and the Pirates lost the game 15-11. I think that was the score you prescribed.
Wow, there you go.
So you never know. Bob Walk started that game. I'm sure he's being asked about that right now on Pirates radio. Line drive that'll hold up for Jay. So even with that out, the Pirates are 7 out of 11 to start the game. There's Bob along with Greg Brown.
Good to see Bob upright.
Infamous video of him trying to put his feet up on the desk and just tipping over.
They made a bobblehead out of it.
Strike on Moroff. Walk and a run in the first. Everybody but the pitcher scored in the first inning. Harrison and McCutchen scored twice. Swings and misses as Contreras will lob to Rizzo. That's the first strikeout. Cubs pitching. Now Cool without a hit. Just foul. Had 2 hits last year, so 2 out of 45 to start his career.
Kind of a fictional name, right? Chad Cool. He was the most popular guy in school.
No relation to Joe.
Or Susie, who's a ball girl in Pittsburgh.
Montgomery home and a tapper foul near the Cubs dugout.
There's a pitcher by the name of Billy McCool who pitched for Cincinnati in the 60s.
And he waves at strike 3. Well, 1-2-3 second for Montgomery, but a lot of work to do for the Cubs today. Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side. Hello there, fans in the park. So 10-0. Cubs will bat here in the second inning.
And the game you referenced last half, I thought it might be, and I hit the Google machine. Jim Rooker, broadcasting for the Pirates that day, when they took that 10-0 lead over Philly, as the Phillies came to bat, said, if the Pirates lose this game, I'll walk back to Pittsburgh.
And he did?
Well, he did in the offseason. He made good on his word. He held a charity walk. And over 300 miles, he walked some form or fashion from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh.
Strike called on Kyle Schwarber. 2 hits, including a home run on Saturday night, both to the opposite field. Just shorter to the ball. Not as many moving parts.
Yeah, you know, he's got an explosive, quick bat. You know, for me, it's a lot of that front shoulder just pulling off. You got a little pull happy.
Oh, there goes this one. And it's going to bang off the wall. He's going to try to make second, and he'll get in standing with a double.
Well, there's your silver lining. Cubs lost last night. In all likelihood, will lose again here today. But these last 3 swings by Schwarber, most impressive. And he continues to do this, good things are going to happen. That doesn't mean he stops pulling the ball altogether, but just a willingness and the ability to stay on the ball, hit it where it's pitched. He was out for early work yesterday with John Maley and Joe Madden. And, boy, this is good to see.
Contreras. Base hit to left. Schwarber's going to hold at third. And the Cubs have runners at the corners with nobody out.
A couple of rockets.
Jason Hayward now. 2 out of 13. He's returning from the DL with a couple of walks. And first pitch strike.
It's probably his changeup. 90 miles per hour, but his fastball is 94 to 96. There's not a lot of separation. You see a little fading action on that pitch.
Jammed him, and Hayward fouled it off his foot. Our Lexus Run Predictor is brought to you by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer. A good chance the Cubs will get on the board here. They'd like to make it a crooked number if possible. Here it is. Foul. Still 0-2 on Hayward. Well, maybe we could get Bob Walk.
Make a similar
to say
claim.
He would walk back to Pittsburgh from Chicago if the Cubs come back and win this game.
Or maybe we could even we could volunteer to do it.
They've got a 4-day break coming up. It's only 454 miles. Well, 110, 120 miles a day. Two and two. I'm in.
What are all the little white dots? Is that construction?
I'm not sure. That's the part where you get in a car and you cheat.
Reminds me of a Lance Berkman story when he was in college at Rice University. Wayne Graham, their coach there, they had this fitness test they had to pass every, before each season, and it was a timed mile or timed run of some sort, and Lance had buddies hiding like in one of the cross streets in the car, and he jumped in the car. Got in just in the nick of time.
Slide step in the pitch and a bouncer to the third baseman freeze, and they will only get one. The Cubs score their first run. Hayward knocks in Schwarber. 10-1.
Well, a lot of times you're happy with a productive out. I don't imagine Jason feels that way about this particular plate appearance, but he does get an RBI. His 31st. And the leadoff double by Schwarber comes home.
Now Russell. Swing and a miss. Madison playing short and batting 8th today.
Should be illegal for a catcher to visit the mound with a 9-run lead.
I was just thinking the same thing. Well, if the commissioner has his way, and reports are that Major League Baseball will implement the 1 trip to the mound per inning per pitcher for a catcher. So it'll be like you're a pitching coach next year. So pick those spots carefully moving forward. And I like that rule a lot.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's gotten. Guys are out there all the time now. It's gotten silly.
They're not banning it, but they're going to apparently say you can do it once.
No doubt there'll be some pushback from the players.
I think they're going to have a pitch clock too. Foul tip, strike 3. And it'll bring up the pitcher Montgomery. Strike. Eloy Jimenez playing in a futures game today. We mentioned Victor Caratini would have been on the world roster, but he's here with the Cubs. Charged by Moroff. And the Cubs held to 1 at the end of 2. It's the Pirates 10 and the Cubs 1.
You better not be the one to doubt us.
Subway third inning triple play promotion. Text Subway to 97999. Right now, the 300th texter will win a $30 gift card to a Subway restaurant in the Chicagoland area. Subway restaurant footlong of the day.
And a reminder, tweet us your Cubs selfies to hashtag Bud Fridays, and we may use it during our fan cam.
Ringo just turned 75.
Yeah.
Wow. Looks great.
That's not him there.
No, it's him singing, but
yeah,
wasn't his picture. Did you know Joe Walsh is his brother-in-law?
Yeah. I heard that earlier
They
this
married
year.
sisters.
Because Joe was in St. Louis when we were there, right?
Yes.
The Bach sisters?
Yep. The All-Star Harrison, single and a walk, and 2 runs in the 10-run first.
Speaking of Beatles.
David Kaplan. In the game with his family today. Pitch to Harrison, misses low, ball 1. Fly into left center. Schwarber and Jay drifting. It'll be Jay. Tell you what.
Yep.
Can we just start the game right now? It's 120.
That's,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had the leadoff guy at the plate. That's right, Bob. You know, it's baseball's weird this way, but this might be the last 12-10 Sunday start we ever see here at Wrigley Field. Whatever it comes up again, someone will say, no.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well last time.
Cervelli gets hit on a breaking ball.
Got hit by a pitch yesterday in the arm. Got a comfortable lead. Maybe Clint Hurdle just, catching here. Been a couple stints on the DL with concussions this year for Cervelli. Banged up a little bit here the last couple of days. Hit by a pitch and foul balls.
Stay in for now. Brings up McCutchen. So I didn't get time to say it before, but Cervelli hits the grand slam off Lester, and then he's got to face McCutchen right after. The last guy in the league you want to face in just about any spot.
Yeah, when your head's spinning and everything's going crazy on you out there.
High for ball 1. The 17th homer. that kind of day.
Sure. Yep.
That'll be an unearned foul.
Tough to keep your focus down there.
Oh, Ringo's 77. Okay. He doesn't look a day over 75. Jay's got it. Wow, 77.
I remember when he was just first coming up.
George, the youngest of the Beatles?
I don't know. What's the Cardinal doing here?
Yeah, George is the youngest. That one in and out of the glove of Contreras. Couple of cross-ups last night with Jake Arrieta on fastballs. So oldest to youngest, Ringo, John, Paul, George. That was Paul, who turned 75 in June.
I didn't get him anything.
What would you get him if you had to get him something?
Probably some pudding.
A stuffed walrus. Three and 0 the count on David Freese, and that's a strike.
People of a certain age might remember Gene Freese had a nice career. Journeyman, bounced around a few different teams back in the 60s. No relation to David.
Or the Freeze in Atlanta. Ball 4.
However, Gene was the father-in-law of Daphne, who used to cut my hair in Texas when I had hair.
That counts for something.
Yeah.
So 2 on for Bell, 2 for 2.
I mentioned his first time up that he has struggled as a right-handed batter, but it's the Pirates' day. He's 2 out of 2. He's enjoyed a good bit of success early in his career against Cub pitching. And if you are trying to find a reason to be bullish about the Pirates in the second half, I think this kid's ascension, Polanco stepping his game up. There's been indications of that lately. Marte will return from the suspended list on July 18th. They have not scored a lot of runs, but you could see a considerable uptick in their offense second half of the year. The pitching has been up and down. Tyler Glasnow, the youngster who was in the rotation for 11 or 12 starts, posted an ERA in the 7s, so they sent him out.
He's been really good since going back to the minors.
Yeah, and he's at that kind of his phase in his career where he's able to dominate at AAA. Hasn't quite figured it out up here. Lacks command, but if he straightens it out, obviously a very intriguing prospect.
Chopper that's cut off by Bryant. Throw to second in time to force Freeze. Pirates do not score in the third, but they lead 10-1.
Inductees Green Day will make their performance debut at Wrigley Field Thursday, August 24th. The band stop at the friendly confines as part of their Revolution Radio Summer Tour. Tickets are available now at Cubs.com/Green Day. Time now to see who's got momentum, brought to you by First Midwest Bank. First Midwest Bank. Connect with the momentum maker today. Well, here we go. Some recent MLB milestones. Victor Martinez hit number 2,000. 1,000 RBI for Chase Utley, and Nelson Cruz did his 300th home run on Friday. Adrian Beltre is closing in on 3,000 hits.
One and 0 on Jay. So second time through the order for the Cubs.
Johnson's been tight at the bottom of the strike zone today.
With Bryant on deck, then Rizzo. Pitch number 46 for Cool is ball 4 and a leadoff walk.
Second walk issued by Cool. Does struggle with his command. Obviously, you're not trying to be cautious. But John Jay in a 9-run ball game.
Off the plate inside. Cool is the youngest of 5 children. Middletown, Delaware. Dave LeBlanc, left-hander, is up. All the children's first names start with C. Chad, Chelsea, Clint Jr., Courtney, and Chris. So I guess his dad is a Clint, just like his manager.
I hope they have a bumper sticker that says Cool in the game.
If Jung Ho Kang ever comes back, it could be Cool. Are they going to get him back?
I don't know. Last time we were at their place, I asked around, and nobody seemed to be optimistic about his chances of returning.
Reportedly denied a work visa to come back to the States due to legal issues, so he's back home in South Korea. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I would think that Hurdle would be happy to get Cool through 3 here today. He'll start to piece it together with his bullpen guys. Jamison Tyon, if you're just joining us, was scheduled to start today, and he was scratched with flu-like symptoms, and he's probably not feeling any better watching his team score 10, thinking, my God, those could have been my runs. And, when he was scratched, I thought, wow, the Cubs are catching a huge break here today, because he's a good one. He's been on a nice roll. 5 starts post cancer surgery, out of testicular cancer, and he's posted a sub-2 ERA in those 5 starts, pitching scoreless baseball in 3 of the 5.
Back-to-back walks.
That might do it right there. Sox pitching coach Ray Searage.
Their starter Trevor Williams on Friday only went 3 2/3. Real weird day. Both starters got into all kinds of trouble, but able to get out of it until Williams gave up the 3 in the 4th inning. Cubs won that game 6-1. Von Nova was really good last night. 6 2/3, 2 runs, and a 4-2 win over Jake Arrieta. It'll be a bullpen day today pretty shortly, even though they've got a big lead.
The only way the Pirates lose this game is they issue a bunch of walks or start to kick the ball around. Just, the odds of baseball balls in play, you would have to be tremendously lucky to win a game like this unless the other team made some mistakes. This is how you do it. This is how you come back. Couple of walks, knock it out of the ballpark.
Ground ball, they'll try to turn it. 4-6-3. So Jay is at third, but now 2 outs. That'll leave it up to Ian Happ. Swing and a miss. Mentioned the 50 games in the books for Ian Happ, and looking pretty similar to what Kyle Schwarber did in the first 50 games of his big league career. So he got off to a hot start, then went into a slump, and now lately has been terrific. But look at those numbers.
Yeah. It's identical. PS just 0.02 of a percentage point. They've each hit 13 or had hit 13 home runs through 50 games.
Happ has definitely been one of the better Cubs stories here in the first half. Swing and a miss. And somehow Cool gets out of it. 2 on, nobody out, but the double play ball and the strikeout. It's 10-1.
where the quarter-pound stack is now an option in the 4 for $4 at participating locations for a limited time.
Time now for the Giga Time high-speed replay powered by Xfinity. This was Thursday in Philadelphia. 3 outfield assists for Jose Osuna. 2 of those came on back-to-back plays. The Giga Time high-speed replay is powered by Xfinity, the future of awesome. Have a day.
Yeah, he was actually replaced later in the game for defensive purposes. He was up to the challenge there. Cecil Espy had 3 outfield assists in 1991. If you had Cecil Espy, you're the winner. In our Who Was the Last Pirate to Do That category. Good hook. If this were a golf match play event, we'd be tied 1 hole each.
That would be an interesting way to do it.
Yeah. The 3rd game of every series we played match play. Not the most runs, who wins the most innings.
Mercer next. And laced into the corner. And Osuna's got his 2nd double of the day.
First one came back in the 1st and it drove in a couple of runs. The other day when John Jay pitched after the ball game, Joe Madden said, well, it came down to rock, scissors, paper between Jay and LaStella. We're going to see Tommy LaStella make his pitching debut here today.
All right, since we have time today, my favorite all-time sports trivia question. I did this question when I was like a teenager. It was always fun. Now that question and the answer has changed over the years. As Mercer floats one to left, and it's fair, and Osuna will score. Mercer's got his 3rd RBI. It's 11-1. There are currently, of the 4 major professional sports, 6 nicknames that overlap. There used to be at one time the Browns, right? Cleveland and St. Louis. The Oilers, Houston and Edmonton. There are currently 6.
6 overlapping.
And 3 involve major league teams. So I can either ask you all 6 or just the 3 that involve a major league.
Oh, I think the question is 6 is the way to go, because it takes a long time. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Right. All right, so go ahead.
Well, Giants.
The Giants would be 1.
I'm going to ease into this.
It sounds easy, doesn't it?
Cardinals.
It's 2. We got 2 of the 3 baseball teams.
Texas and New York Rangers.
Nice, the Rangers. Now you're getting the idea.
So the rest all involve non-baseball.
The other 3 involve NHL teams. Jay drifting. Tagging and heading to third is Mercer.
Jets.
Good call.
New York and Winnipeg.
Two left.
If we had the CFL, I could say Rough Riders, and I'd have 2 right there.
Phil Gosselin will bat the pitcher spot. Infield in. And at third, 1 out. One of the final 2 answers. The teams are in the same state.
It's amazing where the mind goes. I just did a pass through like the ACC, knowing that it wasn't even part of the question. Your head just starts to jump around.
Yeah. Three and 0.
Like we can't do Blackhawks Hawks. That would be cheating.
No. And ball 4. Gosselin just joined their club yesterday, replacing Antonio Bastardo on the active roster.
Dylan Floro currently throwing in the Cubs bullpen.
Well, you got the original question down. This is all extra credit now, the non-baseball category.
No ducks. I mean, there's 1 duck, 1 shark.
Stay in that state. Strike called on Harrison.
Kings?
Yeah. Sacramento and Los Angeles. Right, 1 left.
How about the Panthers?
That's it. You got it. It's a good question, isn't it?
It's a great question. Thanks, Molly.
Oh, your daughter gave you the answer?
She gave me Panthers. I looked down. She had texted me. He's really picking up here.
Right to left. Thought you might go the Bucks. It's one of the alternate nicknames of the Pirates. But that doesn't really count. You got Buccaneers, Raiders, Pirates.
Yeah, and the other question that we used to always ask was team nicknames that did not end in S. Like 4.
Avalanche.
Yeah, I think there's been more now. There used to be the both Sox, right? And there was the Jazz.
The Wild.
Yeah, it's gone up.
Again, your team name would be the
Screaming Yellow Parakeets.
Screaming Yellow Parakeets. Is that a real bird?
The parakeet is. A screaming yellow one, I don't believe.
Happ makes the catch. Mercer went halfway. Nice play by Ian Happ. So 2 outs, and it's catcher Cervelli
There's not been a lot for the fans here in the ballpark to cheer for, but a nice round of applause for that effort by Ian Happ.
That'll be it for Montgomery. Here comes Joe. It'll be the right-hander Dylan Floro. When we come back, it's 11-1 Pittsburgh.
With proceeds benefiting Cubs charities. Now through September 4th, Cub fans can purchase raffle tickets for $10 each. Tickets can be purchased online and at official raffle locations around Chicago. Visit Cubs.com/ring-raffle for details.
Aaron Judge, 30 homers, first player with 30 since 2013 before the break, and already a Yankee rookie mark. How about Jason Vargas? Off to a terrific start this year with Kansas City. Chris Sale, most strikeouts by a pitcher at the break since Curt Schilling in 2002. Clayton Kershaw looking for his 14th win today, right?
Is he? Clayton Kershaw, who on some accounts isn't quite as good as he used to be. Clayton Kershaw.
13-2 going into his start against Kansas City. And later on, Cervelli with his 5th RBI as he drives in Mercer. It's 12-1.
It's a little gimpy going down the first baseline. I'm surprised he's still in this game, but he'll manage the Pirates. Clint Hurdle does. Got a little big league time last year with Tampa. That's the team that originally drafted and signed him 2012. He was a 13th round pick. Went up and down a bunch this year. He hasn't pitched very much at all. This is his 3rd appearance.
Ten hits for the Pirates. Hayward gets McCutchen to end the inning. They add 2 to their lead, 12-1 in the 4th.
Field on Monday, the 17th of July, with special guest Bonnie Raitt. Don't miss your chance to see this Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. Tickets available now at Cubs.com/James Taylor. By golly, that's a week from tomorrow. Here's Wade LeBlanc, the veteran left-hander. Second appearance in this series. 3-2, 4.15 ERA. A real nice changeup. Not a hard thrower. Good command, though. He's struck out 4 for every man he has walked.
Dante Gentile, 10 years old. Birthday was yesterday, so the belated birthday wishes go out to Dante. Andy Hummel from Prophetstown, Illinois, here celebrating a birthday. And she is wishing her Aunt Mary Roman from DeKalb a very happy birthday.
Chad Kuhl today, 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 3, struck out 4. Cannot be the winning pitcher. You got to go 5 to do that.
If I were in charge, I'd get rid of the 5-inning requirement.
Yeah, I'm with you.
If you're going to give a win to a reliever, starter should not have to go 5. A broken bat, humpback liner caught by Moroff.
So here's my question, and if you know the answer to this, or hopefully we can ascertain that. In the long history of our great game here, how long has that been the case that you have to go 5 to qualify for a win?
I don't know.
I don't even know if way back in the day, if a lot of those wins that we read about and see, if they were kind of attributed after the fact, or if pitcher wins is something that's always been around. I assume so.
Base hit, Contreras. He's 2 for 2.
Ball well struck last time up. It was a rocket off his bat.
There's a Saber article that seems to indicate 1950 is when the standardized rule appeared. Hayward with a base hit. Back-to-back 2-out singles. Pitcher and catcher will discuss, and it brings up Addison Russell. You know, I just think because we are so statistically motivated in this game, and while pitcher wins generally viewed as that important among a lot of people in the game, I think pitchers do find them to be important. And sometimes a manager might let a guy go an inning or a batter or 2 longer than he normally would to give him a chance at qualifying for a win. I just think we're better off saying the most effective pitcher for the winning team should get the win.
Yeah, well, and then you're kind of, you skew the numbers with historically what has gone on, but the game has evolved a lot over the years.
It has, and most guys are going to go more than 5 anyway. Now, today is an exception. But if Chad Kuhl ends up being the most effective Pirate pitcher, but can't get the win merely because he threw the first pitch, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Rather silly, doesn't it? Yeah. Now, old habits die hard. You see it every year with the Cy Young Award voting when writers talk about it. They talk about the one-loss record. It's the first thing we talk about in every telecast when we pop the starting pitcher up there with the graphic. Here's his one-loss record. Here's his ERA.
No team or manager would ever consider a stretch of games where you'd start a reliever and bring a starting pitcher in later due to matchups because of that rule. I think just opening up the possibility of things that we don't normally see is a good thing for our game.
Well, and how many times do managers get caught up in managing his bullpen to the save statistic?
Right. And why couldn't a closer get a win if he's the best pitcher that day? He comes in and strikes out the final 6 guys in a 1-run ball game. Three and 2 on Russell. No chance the runners are going here. Trailing by 11. And the pitch. Bases loaded.
It may sound silly to say, but a 12-1 game, and we're seeing a lot of bad pitching by the Pirates here today.
Yeah, they haven't really taken command of things. Base runners in every inning for the Cubs.
You know, the walks, they've issued 4 walks. You know, not an easy day for Cool. He wasn't expected to pitch today. Aside from that, just taking this performance in a vacuum, you know, just deep counts followed behind walks. Not challenging hitters that you should be challenging in a lopsided game like this. Doesn't mean you just throw the ball over the heart of the plate, but especially with some of the weaker hitters, you think they would be much more aggressive.
Oro 0 for 2 to start his career. Both at bats strikeouts. Bounces one to short. Mercer turns 2. 6-3 double play, and the inning comes to an end. Brandon Hydo's pointing at second base, and Joe Madden is holding up the proceedings here just to see if the video room can get another look.
Kind of sloppy there in the middle of the infield. Mercer not sure what he wanted to do. Opts to take it himself. Well, it's close, but I don't see anything definitive there or there. Adrian Johnson kind of pushing the Cubs to make a decision here whether they're going to challenge or not. And they are. Not sure where yet. Appears to be out there by the narrowest of margins.
It'll be out. Joe had the overturn earlier. The McCutchen ball down the left field line. That's when he was able to retain his challenge.
Challenging the call at first.
Okay.
It seems like one of those 50-50s, right? That the call on the field's likely to stand.
This looks like the Zobers play yesterday almost exactly, and they called him safe. So 6-3 double play. And we'll go to the 5th. All Pirates today. Brought to you by Budweiser. Still brewed the hard way. This Bud's for you. No, it don't come easy.
Stay tuned for today's 7th inning stretch. Recording artist Len Casper will be singing the stretch today. Brought to you by Budweiser. Still brewed the hard way. This Bud's for you. I can say for sure he is in fine voice today.
Contreras will move from catcher to first. Victor Caratini will catch. Coro fires a strike on David Freese. Just to make sure we get all our T's crossed and I's dotted. There's only one Rough Rider.
Yeah, they got rid of the other Rough Rider.
CFL. Yeah. Which one remains? I don't even want to ask because I don't want to.
The Ottawa one, I believe, is no longer the Rough Rider.
Okay.
It was Ottawa and
Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
AJ Schugel up in the Pirate bullpen. Why did they have two with the same name?
I don't know the history behind that.
Didn't make a phone call?
Yeah, just kind of an East and West territorial thing. Oh, yeah? We're the Rough Riders.
Happ again. It's time to get Bell.
I had a Hamilton Tiger Cat football helmet when I was a kid.
Did you really?
Went on vacation to visit family in Niagara Falls. Bet you didn't have one of those.
I did not. Not a Vancouver Canucks sweater, though. Osuna 2 for 3. The out he made was a warning track fly. 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, 2 runs. So the other guy who's been hot for them lately is Gregory Polanco. He had the game-winning home run last night. He's not even in their lineup today.
Yeah, that's why I don't sleep on the Pirates is kind of my point of view. Nice inning.
This division is up for grabs, although the Brewers are going to go into the break with at least a 4.5 game lead. 12-1 Pirates, 5th inning. Cubs checking, and an official Cubs MasterCard debit card only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC. Here's AJ Schugel making his 42nd career appearance.
Yeah, he was just called up on Friday. Look at his career numbers: 41 games, 3.84 ERA.
Former Diamondback. Ball one on Jay.
Goes up for a few days earlier, the middle of June, but did not pitch.
We'll get the feed from the first baseman Bell.
All right, here's another trivia question to work on.
Okay.
Bumping around ESPN's website earlier, I came across this list. This would be current major league players who have spent their entire career with one team, major league career. There are 15 of them. I'm not going to ask you to name all 15 of them. There are 3 sets of teammates among the 15.
But is there a minimum of years?
10 years. They've been at least 10 years.
3 sets of teammates.
Yeah, among this group. They refer to them as MLB lifers. Entire career with one team, at least 10 years in the big leagues. 10 seasons, I should say, maybe not fully credited service time.
Okay. Wow, that's a good one.
These are active. This is active. Grande Leaguers.
I'm starting in St. Louis.
It's a good place to start.
With Yadier Molina. Wainwright?
Correct, sir.
Okay.
It's good work right there.
Thinking. Okay. Two-one to Bryant. He's on the corner, 2-2.
The other two, the third one I would never have gotten because it's American League and and then the second one is NL Central as well. And I thought, I didn't realize he's been around that long with one of these fellows.
Osuna's got to pull up and play it on the bounce. Bryant on all 3 times, 2 walks and now a base hit.
And the big day here Friday, so trending in the right direction as we head into the All-Star break. So you can post some big numbers in the second half.
Martini to deep left, his first major league hit. Bangs it off the bricks, and he's got a double. Congratulations, and they're asking for the ball in the home dugout.
There's a bright spot. Oh, it's been a long day at the ballpark. You knew it was coming. He's got too good of a swing. Hitting better than 340 down at AAA. Limited chances so far at the big league level. He's got quick bat. Looks like he does have the ability to drive it the other way. That's a sinker from Schugel running down and away. Well, definitely away, maybe not down.
Ian Happ, second and third, 1 out, infield back. Pitch by Schugel is outside. I'm stuck on your question. I was thinking Ryan Braun, maybe another Brewer, but they're pretty young. Thinking Joey Votto.
That's correct. That's one half of
I was thinking Votto Phillips, but Phillips wouldn't have even qualified because he had played with another team. That will knock in a run. Bryant scores. RBI ground out Ian Happ.
Yeah, the other half of the Reds answer is one that had me going, I didn't realize he'd been around that long.
All right. Homer Bailey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he debuted in 07.
The other one is an American League club. It's not an Angel duo, is it?
No. That's 4 down. Let's go to Orson Bean.
Royals?
No, sir.
Maybe a Justin Verlander?
Verlander's one of the 15.
He's not,
but he does not have a teammate.
Okay. Pedroia?
Again, part of the 15, but
okay. Side on Schwarber. Felix Hernandez.
No, he's again
another one, but not a. I'm naming just about all the guys.
Yeah, you're chipping away at the list. American League Central.
Okay. Oh, Joe Mauer.
Joe Mauer.
And
the and is the tough one.
Pitcher?
Yeah.
Schwarber pops it up. And Harrison makes the catch. I give.
We'll divulge when we come back.
Okay, that's a good tease. Cubs get 1 and still trail big. by Meyer. True Chicago fans.
Visit the Cubs Authentics auction page every week for your chance to own one-of-a-kind Cubs items. This week's auction includes the Stars and Stripes uniforms worn in Cincinnati on July 1st. Go to Cubs.com/authentics before 8 o'clock tonight to place your bid. The Cubs will donate net proceeds from the sale of Cubs Authentics to Cubs charities.
More changes now for the Cubs as Jay moves to right. Hayward is out. Albert Almora Jr. now playing center. And the other twin, along with Joe Mauer, Glenn Perkins. Came up with it, of course, right when we went to break.
Yeah, I want to make the record clear. That was Len. He came up with it on his own with no prompting, no Google search.
It is weird, though. Like, only 3 sets of teammates currently have played a decade together with just one team.
Yeah.
I mean, even 20 years ago, you could probably come up with 10 of those guys, right? 10 sets of teammates, maybe trios.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be an exercise. That would be worth digging in on. Free agency and the rising costs of veterans. Is it less likely that that will be the case going forward?
Mercer draws a leadoff walk.
He's having a nice day. Single, double, walk. The only time they got him out, he hit the ball sharply lined out to center field.
Cub fans don't think this way, but I think some other baseball fans who don't remember the early part of his career as much, but you know, Maddox, Glavine, Smoltz, none of the 3 spent his entire career with the Braves. They all pitched for other clubs. Happ down to a knee. Nice play by Ian Happ. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Pirates leading big in the rubber game, final game before the break. Pitcher Schugel will bat with a man at second and 1 out. So yeah, while those guys were identified with the Braves in their long run, Maddox pitched for the Cubs before the Braves and a few teams after. Glavine and Smoltz around late as well. Smoltz not as much. Right, then you get into the whole conversation about Joe Montana and Brett Favre, late career moves to teams might get lost over the course of time. 2 down. Willie Mays.
Yeah, Willie Mays with the Mets. Babe Ruth finished his career with the Dodgers.
Billy Williams was an Oakland A. Ron Santo, the White Sox. Yep. Harrison lines. It's knocked down by Contreras, and Floro couldn't get over. It's 13-2.
Well, he's shaking his head. If there's any time that it's an excusable don't get over, it's on a line drive. You're trying to ball on the ground to the right side for sure. If this ball airborne, he's thinking he might have to back up home, or he's kind of drifting in that direction. Knocked down but not caught by Contreras, so it'll go as a single.
Cervelli, a 5 RBI day, 4 on a grand slam early. And takes a strike. Well, of all the guys, you said 15 are on that list, right?
Yep.
Do you have the list in front of you?
I do.
So the question would be, how would you rank those 15 in terms of odds that they will play their entire career with that one team? And I asked that because I think Joey Votto has to be near the top of that list because of his contract.
Yeah.
Right. Backhanded Contreras, the throw, and Floro will find the bag. So you'll study that.
And we'll put odds on it too.
Yeah. Pirates get 1, lead 13-2. A new one. I like it. Arcade Fire with Everything Now. Bottom 6, 13-2 Pirates. 1-0 on Wilson Contreras. He homered off Schugel in his big league debut. Father's Day last year. First pitch he ever saw.
He was not afraid of peaking too early. Having a nice day today. Line drive singles.
P-E-A-K. If you P-E-E-K too early, you might get drilled in the ribs. 2-1. Almora and then Russell for the Cubs here in the 6th.
So our list of lifers and who's going to finish their career with the team they began with. Well, David Wright might be at the top of that list because we're not sure how much baseball he's got left in him.
I would say that's correct.
I'll give you the names. It's a long list, but I'll give them anyway. Wright, Mauer, Molina is likely going to finish there, right?
Yes.
King Felix, Matt Cain, Ryan Zimmerman.
Called strike 3.
Verlander, Perkins, Pedroia, Wainwright, Ethier, Braun, Votto, Alex Gordon, Homer, Bailey.
I would say half of those guys will finish their career with the same team, at least like 8 to 10.
Yeah, I like Wright, I like Mauer, I like Molina.
Wainwright.
Zimmerman, Votto.
More than I anticipated.
Well, Yachty was signing that extension this spring.
Pretty much sealed it. Swing and a miss. Well, we could take this even further. Which of the young core Cubs has the best chance to play his entire career here? I don't think anybody knows. It's just so early.
Are you including Anthony on that list?
Well, Anthony can't qualify.
Oh, that's true. That's
He
right.
was a Padre.
Yeah.
Russell, Schwarber, Bryant, Baez, Almora. Happ, Contreras. It's a long list.
Yeah.
But they're just getting started. Ground ball toward right, and it's through for a base hit. I would say, just based on the nature of our sport as it currently exists, and the fact that there are so few guys on your list, or the ESPN list that you found, I don't know if I would put my money on any of them at this point. I mean, entire career, we're saying.
Right.
When
Yeah,
Addison
yeah.
Russell's 37, he's still a Cub.
Yeah.
I don't think we could predict that.
No, there's no way you can. If you were to place a bet on any one of those guys, not saying that one of that group would, I mean individually any one of those guys, it would be long odds that they would just be based on the nature of the game that any one of them would spend their entire career here.
It's rare the relief pitcher gets 2 plate appearances, but Floro hit into a double play in the 4th. And batting again here in the 6th.
I'm going with he's a good hitter. Boom.
Yes.
Double in the corner. Come on.
Just missed.
I'm drawing that conclusion based on the fact that he's hitting left-handed and he's a right-handed pitcher. So I think there's some athleticism there.
The 0-2. And he did get good wood on it, but he lines out to Harrison. Nicely done, Josh, to give it to that young fan. Off to the 7th we go. Pirates 13, Cubs 2.
will travel north to play the Cubs for 2 day games, July 24th and 25th. Make sure you're here for one of the most popular series of the year. Tickets are still available. Get them while they last. Visit Cubs.com to get your tickets.
Let's check out our State Farm winning combination. State Farm, here to help life go right. This is second half success. The last 2 seasons, the Cubs with the best winning percentage following the All-Star break. Remember, they were really cold going into the break. I want to say they were 6-15 going into the break last year, and it was really the only bad stretch the eventual world champs had. Came out of the break and never looked back.
Yeah, I remember thinking that Sunday game in Pittsburgh that had the Pirates won it, they would have gotten it within like 5 games and maybe would have provided a little second half drama. It was not to be.
Strike called on McCutchen. 7th inning.
Hey, we got a birthday shout out to Tommy Hotovy, Cubs
hey, Tommy,
coordinator of advanced scouting.
The left-hander.
Yep. '36 today, Tommy. Happy birthday.
Floro puts that glove right in front of his nose. Lazy fly ball handled by Almora. Got a big family reunion. Herbert Schmitz and company. 75 people here from 7 different states. It's from LaGrange. Here's Frazier for Freeze. Strike. Adam Mole for his last 20. So Clint Hurdle giving him a chance to snap an offer before the break. Marge Nelson, happy 80th. Westchester.
The Astros are drubbing the Blue Jays today as well. It's 15-0. Astros over the Jays. The Yankees have come back and now taken the lead on the Brewers 6-5. They're in the 6th in New York.
That would be a silver lining. It's a rubber game of that series. Frazier just got hit.
Stephen Vogt and Travis Shaw have homered for Milwaukee. Headley and Frazier again for the Yankees.
Atlanta's in Washington today. The Braves could get within 7.5 at the break with a win, but they trail 6-4 in the 6th. Low on Josh Bell. Cubs' next opponent, the Baltimore Orioles. Disappointing first half. They'll go in to the break under 500, leading at Minnesota 6-4 in the 5th.
We know the pitching plan for the weekend in Baltimore.
Not yet. We do not have an official list of probables. Kyle Hendricks is throwing in a rehab game tomorrow for AA Tennessee. So we'll see if he needs multiple starts in the minor leagues before he's ready to come back. One guy I know will be champing at the bit to get back is John Lester. After his outing today.
Yeah, no fun having to carry that into the All-Star break.
He might be lobbying Joe right after the game to make that start Friday night. Cubs could be tied with the Cardinals going into the break. They've got a 5-0 lead over the Mets in the 6th. Ground ball to second. Happ will get one. Relay throw in time.
Hey, it's time to sing. Time now for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Budweiser. Take it away, Len.
Today's guest conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Cubs broadcaster Len Casper.
All right, Cub fans, let's go. I need some help. Here we go, Gary. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Let's go.
(13-2). Cervelli with a big day. Mercer as well. John Lester, shortest outing of his career, but Caratini got his first career MLB hit, and Len Casper delivered an outstanding rendition of the stretch. Great deals are waiting for you now at your local Honda dealer.
John Jay, first pitch swinging, and it's deep, and it is caught by the new center fielder, Polanco.
Got a hold of that one and continued to carry it toward the basket. Polanco drifting and finally settling under it. So the silver lining is a little bit tarnished. The Headley home run that provided the lead for the Yankees has been ruled foul, so it is now still 5-3 Milwaukee.
That was a 3-run homer to give them the lead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, singing the stretch never gets old. Always nervous in a good way. And Bryant toward the hole. It's short. Mercer sets, throws, and he got him. 2 quick outs. Caratini with his first major league hit, a double in the 5th. Snapped an 0 for 9 to start his career. Left field line and out of play.
The last couple of years the Cubs have really dominated this series with the Pirates. Not so this season. Pirates 5-6, or excuse me, Cubs 5-6 against the Pirates coming into this one. Pirates swept a series here back in April, looking to go 5-1 at Wrigley Field this year. This year the Pirates won here just once in 9 tries.
Ground ball in the right. He's 2 for 2. The first one out of the way. And looks like that guy who hit what 340 something at AAA now. Bell will not hold on the runner. Pat fouls. Well, I hope you enjoy your break with your family, and looking forward to our trip to Baltimore. Place Cubs haven't been in a long time. Oriole Park at Camden Yards. And then we'll get a look at SunTrust Park in Atlanta for the first time.
Yeah, not the best scenario for pitchers, that particular road trip, especially in the summer months. The ball really jumps at Camden Yards, and everything we've heard about the new ballpark in Atlanta, it really flies there.
Next home game will be the 21st as the Cardinals come in. You know, I can't even believe I'm saying this. If this score holds up and now the Braves are within a run in Washington, if they were to come back, they would have a better record going into the break than the Cubs. That's.
Yeah,
Wow.
the Braves flirting with 500 may be even more of a surprise than the Brewers being in first place.
They're hanging in there against the first place Nationals. Two on its way, and a ground ball. It is handled by Moroff, and we'll go to the 8th. Still 13-2 Pirates.
New premier experiences at Wrigley Field, with seats featuring prime views and access to an exclusive club and first-class amenities. These new premier experiences will allow fans to enjoy Cubs baseball and America's most majestic ballpark in a whole new way. Visit CubsPremier.com to join the Premier Client Priority List.
Now a look at the Ford drive of the game. Ford inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. This was the dagger for John Lester. A grand slam by Cervelli. That made it 9-0. Cutchin would follow up with a home run as they scored 10 in the first. Tommy La Stella playing third, and another starting pitcher getting some work today, Eddie Butler, here in the eighth.
Dylan Floro 3 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run. Butler pitching for the 12th time. First time out of the pen. He's the starter here Friday. Went 4 innings. 4 scoreless. Threw a lot of pitches, walked 3, struck out 1.
Bounce to Contreras. Butler over to cover. Let's once again step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Hi there, fans in the park. Love the kids playing catch during the baseball game.
They're getting ready. I got the 9th, Skip. Put me in.
Mercer out into right center. Almora. A quick right turn.
Yeah, knuckling
down.
on him. He just motioned there. The ball's knuckling going this way and that.
Just looking at Jordy Mercer. He's got another year of arbitration eligibility. He will be a free agent after 2018. A real solid guy defensively, making over $4 million this year. He's a guy you like having around if you don't have to pay too much, right? You know what you're going to get out of him. And Pirates happy with Mercer, and they go 1-2-3 in the 8th, 13-2. All summer camps presented by ATI Physical Therapy and Ideal Industries. Young sluggers ages 5 to 13 have the chance to suit up in Cubs gear and get top-notch baseball instruction during a week-long camp. Enroll now in one of our all-star Chicagoland locations by visiting Cubs.com/kids. Chris Stewart in for Cervelli, and Jan Marinez now pitching. Cool, LeBlanc, Schugel, and Marinez after Jamison Tyone was scratched with flu-like symptoms. Schwarber bounces foul. Just to finish up on the Mercer conversation, Fangraphs, they do like a dollar value section in terms of production and what that would be worth as they convert production into dollars. Mercer's outperformed his contract. So, guys like him have value even though they're not all-star caliber players. And the point I was going to add before we went to break is Zach Cozart, kind of a similar player to Mercer earlier in his career, but this year having the year of his life, and he's due to be a free agent, and it'll be interesting to see what the Reds do if they keep him or trade him, and then what he is going to be worth on the free agent market.
Yeah, in Mercer's case, he's been the full-time shortstop for the Pirates since 2013. He's 30 years of age now, so when he gets to free agency, then you start to get into that, as you start to enter a period of decline. If I were him, I would be calling the Pirates and go, you know what, I don't want to price myself out of the market. I'm just looking for a little security here. Nice little 3-year deal, doesn't have to be exorbitant. I like you, you like me. Let's do this thing.
And then the other question is, what do they have in the minor leagues in terms of projecting a year or two down the road? Do they have a kid they're grooming? Hey, it's Jordy Mercer.
Well, that's the other part of it too. If the numbers are right, as a player like that gets older, he becomes a mentor to a young kid that comes to the big leagues, and it's that old thing. This kid's likely to take my job, but if the personality is right, he's a good guy in the locker room. You say, you know what? We'll extend him a couple of years and let him serve in that role, and then he becomes more of a utility type player. And he's a nice fallback position if the young phenom, in quotes, whoever that may be, scuffles.
More at 2 for 2 off the bench. That is a strike.
Well, with a win today, the Cardinals would draw even with the Cubs. Comfortably out in front of the Mets. 6-0 top of the 7th in St. Louis. Lance Lynn pitching shutout ball. Home runs from youngsters Voit, DeYoung, and Pham in that game for the Cardinals.
Through the legs of Marinez, backhanded, Morov, safe at first. I just tore a groin muscle watching Josh Bell in the stretch.
Pretty slick play here by Moroff, throwing back across his body, and then look at Bell, the big hole.
Clint Hurdle is challenging. Yeah, I've never seen
the high stretch, right?
Yeah.
You're usually looking for distance here, not height, and contemplating the stretch at first base.
So
I guess he's kind of in between thinking he might have to leave his feet.
well, the Pirates are convinced he's out, so they're already heading off the field. They're correct. And we go to the ninth. 13-2 Pirates.
Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Ureñas bats here in the ninth. Crunches one foul to left. Well, many have left due to the score, but 41-604 the paid crowd. A well-attended homestand. Unfortunately, the Cubs staring at a 2-4 final homestand of the first half. Strikes out. And it's Harrison. Our fourth drive of the game was the grand slam by Cervelli, but one of these days we might have a Harrison Ford drive of the game, I suppose.
It's a solid idea.
Well, he
on the distance, they no rest for the All-Star. He'll be heading to Miami after the game.
He's reached 3 times, has knocked in a run, has scored twice.
A lot to like about his game.
Yeah, he wears well. "20 hit by pitches," which he cannot explain. Said, "I don't really like getting hit." It's the 5th most ever before the All-Star break.
You see how he stands far off home plate and then drifts to cover the outside part of the plate, and that puts him in a vulnerable situation. Fastball is moving in on him. Tough to get out of the way of.
Good wood on this one as Almora hustling back to the wall. It's gone. Josh Harrison with number 10, 14-2.
His 10th, third one for the Pirates here today.
Chris Stewart with his first plate appearance, and he waves it a strike. 96 from Eddie Butler. Cubs hope to get Kyle Hendricks and John Lackey back in their rotation shortly after the All-Star break. And they know, the starters know, they've got to be better in the second half to give this team a chance.
Yeah, well, you know, if you're to put a report card on the Cubs in the first half, and just in terms of the different phases of the game, you would give high marks to the bullpen, but just about everywhere else. I don't mean every individual. I just mean, you know, the starting pitching well below what they did. Like, you know, this overall pitching, when you look at the numbers, they're still in the upper third in the league.
Right. So if you say, what area of the ball club would you take a second half performance like the first? I would say bullpen in general, closer for sure. Just stay the course. And definite room for improvement everywhere else as Jay makes the grab out and right. Now, if you're a reliever, if you're Wade Davis, you're not saying just be as good as I've been. You're always looking to get better, but
Cubs starters have a 4.59 earned run average.
It's probably a run, almost a run and a half above last year, right? They were in the low 3s.
They're in the 2s, I think, the starters, weren't they last year? High 2s.
I will tell you. I got to tell you fast. I'll look it up.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. Well, we have the bottom of the ninth to talk. 14-2 Pirates. Cam. Victor Caratini 0 for 9 to start his career, but he's 2 for 2 today. This was his first major league hit, a double to the off field. A Mazda replay cam. So who gets the win for the Pirates today? Schugel?
I would lean Schugel. LeBlanc came in behind Kuhl. Kuhl was not eligible because he started, only went through. LeBlanc threw 1 scoreless inning. Schugel 3 innings of 1-run ball.
The Cubs starters ERA last year was 2.96.
Yeah, best in the game. This year they're 8th in the National League, about a half-run higher than league average.
And Stella out in the deep center. And it's going to bounce off the track. And he'll pull into second with a double.
This ball pretty well scalded by Tommy La Stella. Down below the knees. A couple of those balls out there today. He's not look very sure of himself. He's a regular right fielder.
Update our Lexus run predictor. We're at second and nobody out. Jay's not trying to move him over. Trying to get him in and avoid an out if he can. Not always easy to do, but boy, at this level you try your best to never give up an at bat. Try to stick with the process no matter what the score. Ball 4. Javier Baez will pinch hit. That is a foul ball. So we see the Pirates again here at Wrigley in late August. 28th through the 30th. And a 4-game series starting on Labor Day in Pittsburgh.
There had been so many rumors last year, especially in the second half of the season, and then early this year about this winter trading Andrew McCutchen. Garrett Cole's name has come up. Now these are obviously pieces that other teams would like to have. I don't know what the Pirates' mindset is. With the bounce back on McCutchen, Doesn't seem likely that he'll be dealt. They have an option for next year on his contract.
4-6-3 double play. Runner at third. Cubs down to their final chance. It will be to catcher Caratini. Kick and the pitch. He is a little low. Deep center. It will get into the vines as Polanco got a glove on it. Third hit for Caratini. 3 for 3. And he notches an RBI as well. And the Cubs get their third run of the day.
Looks like he's got, at least from this side of the plate, a very good sniff to the middle of the yard approach. This double was to left field. This one left center.
He got his first 3 career hits, and he's got his first major league run batted in. Polanco's probably thinking, man, I wish I just had the whole day off. He's got a lot of work out there. Now the ball gets passed. Wild pitch charge to Marinez. And here's Ray Searage.
Wow. Must be a teachable moment.
Bounces one to Moroff. Short throw, and that'll do it.
Whatever Ray said, it worked.
So the Pirates come in, take 2 out of 3 from the Cubs this weekend. Disappointing finish to a sub 500 first half. Final score from Wrigley Field: Pirates 14, Cubs 3. We'll be back.